Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to Frost and Fire. A little reminder of the community challenge rules that we are trying our very best to follow. And well, let's get started. So right here, as you can see, we left off in a tenuous situation. We have a whole bunch of sappers coming in to raid us. The front two sappers here have grenades, and then the other two, Kenshi and Casbah, have bows. Over in the east, we have some more. So Maverick is coming in to try to seek cover because he's not going to be safe out there. So I have restricted him and he's heading home. Over here, they're brawlers, and we do not have any grenadiers in this sapper group. And then up north, you've got Jimbad, who's got Molotovs, and then some mixed weaponry as well. The southern group is obviously going to come plowing through my walls and rather fast, so that's something I'm going to have to contend with. So in order to do that, I am going to rally some forces and get them ready to respond. There was also some tips that I will go over, but I will go over the feedback I've received from you guys after this raid. So I'm likely to probably lose some of my southern wall here. I don't really see that I get to keep that. That's okay. I'm not thrilled about it, but it's fine. All right, Bash needs to get inside and warm up. He is dangerously hypothermic. And then Gabe is going to stop what he's doing and join JD and taking a look at their hypothermias, Shivering and None. I think they'll be okay to come down to help out. So yeah, there's really no functional way for me to get to Hayden and Finn in time. They're probably gonna blow up this steel door, I'd imagine. And again, there's not much I could do to stop them because of the hypothermia and time delays. So I'm gonna put Gabe and JD in these doors here. They're gonna be a little bit warmer. Yep, okay, exactly to the steel door. Taking a look at the other group, Maverick is going to be no problem. He's getting inside perfectly, and then the other groups are coming southbound as well. Now the curiosity will be, where does Jimbad decide to try to attack me? I do have turrets set up to give me a fair bit of cover, so it is possible that we get to see the Deadfall Trap Tunnel of Doom in progress. It's also possible that they decide to go through this section of mountain because I don't have turrets to cover this area. I guess I have this turret, but it doesn't cover this area all that well. All right, so here we come. We are going to spin up these turrets here. Put my shooters in the doorways. Phoenix can close the distance a little bit. Bash still needs to warm up a bit. Actually, you know, Gabe, could you get here? Well, I didn't. Okay, oh well. Meant for him to go through. All right, so here is the Grenadiers. And what I'm going to have is Phoenix sort of bait out the grenades if I can. Perfect. Okay. So those Grenadiers are taken care of. We have a loss of a limestone wall, which is very, very, very easy to replace. Bash will actually start replacing that now to prevent sappers from coming in that location. The rest of the sapping group down here is poorly armed and really shouldn't be much of a struggle for my guys to manage. Sack group's dead. Let's reset. Everybody go inside and get warm, except for Bash, who is building that southern door. Taking a look. Jimbad. Okay, so this does make sense. This path here is a valid path for sappers. Because there's no cover. Bubo is deciding to come in through the kill box entry, which is interesting that they've decided that that is the path of least resistance. Works for me though. All right, let's warm up a little bit. Now that I have this door built, I think these guys might turn around. They might not. If they don't turn around, I will fight them the same way I did. And then Jimbad is coming through this ancient metal, which I was, which is fine. Okay, so they are bashing their way through. Got it. So Bubo's coming in, and I'm going to spin up my turrets, making sure that they're all... Okay, so these two I shouldn't spin up, but the rest of them are fine. And interestingly enough, the sappers decide to... And the reason they've decided to go the route they're going, I should explain. So the reason why they're going through here, which is very, very odd to me, is because this door is still covered by these turrets, I suppose. So interestingly enough, the sappers are deciding to take a route that is inherently more dangerous than I thought they'd even route to. Fine by me. These guys deciding to turn back and not sap my walls, which is great, because I'll be able to repair them soon. And let's power everything down and make everything look dormant. So Copious Free Time is coming up north to bash doors. And the rest of the sappers coming right into the kill box. But they might just... Oh, so here was the deal. Jimbad actually did trigger some deadfall traps, and that's when they decided to turn around. They were like, oh, you know what? That sucks. So let's not go that route. Now, another thing that I probably need to do, and I'm going to do it with Phoenix, is to offer them a valid path to get to me, because at the moment they don't have one. Oh, nice. We shot off his arms, so he had to drop his junk bow. That's pretty metal. Let's get these turrets powered down a little bit. And these brawlers are walking straight into my defenses. All right. And now, wouldn't be a fight without me joining in. Let's send my shooters. So Raptor, JD, Gabe, Hippie. And then Bash comes south just in case, because it seems like some of these guys got close. I don't want to spin up these turrets though, because they're damaged. And they were damaged. They were damaged because I wasn't able to repair them before the start of this fight. So, all right, turning this autocannon off, and I'll work on getting Meathead. Okay, Meathead's already switched. Okay, let's turn these off so they get repaired. You are going to repair some turrets. You might get shot at, but I'll have you back up if you do. So Copious Free Time has passed the slug turret range if I wanted to spin up the slugs, but I don't. There we go. We'll just kill him with... Okay, so they are shooting Bash now. All right, Bash, you go for cover. And Crate should then be pushing forward. And this was perfect. My anti-sapper defenses worked flawlessly, if I do say so myself. Raptor, you're a little cold, so I'm going to have you back up. This room here, this like little corridor, doesn't work all that well when I stand in the doorways, as one might imagine, because it lets all the... doesn't insulate all that well. Yeah, let's even get this guy even closer. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Yeah, so he got hypothermic right as he got inside. Hippie, you will follow. Crate gets a little closer. Guess what? Surprise, I have a bunch of turrets. Bash, let's go repair some of these autocannons. And JD will do the same. Gabe, you can get shooting. Never mind. And sappers are done. All of the damage, well, I haven't fully repaired these walls, but most of the damage that was done during the sapper raid has been repaired. I do have this shuttle quest. I don't think I can accept this shuttle quest, though, because there is simply no way to keep these guys alive. Yeah, so before YouTube comments, I am supposed to be a good ally. I know it's not literally in the meaning, but my interpretation of the rules of the series is I am aiming to be a good ally to other factions. So yes, it is free loot, to be fair. If I accepted for honor or whatever, or it doesn't even matter what I accept for, I would get the shuttle loot for free, but everybody would die. Theophis, 2 other civilians, and 2 troopers would absolutely die because there's no way that they're wearing anything to protect them from the cold. And if you're playing for yourself, yeah, feel free to absolutely like sacrifice them. That's fine. I won't be doing that, however. I don't want to treat my allies that way. And also it makes the game a little bit harder for me to take the high road. And I like challenges, so yeah, here we are. All right. The tips I got. Crash M mentioned something that I really rather liked the idea of, which was, wouldn't it make the most sense for my crabs to be eating nutrient-paced meals? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to get them nutrient-paced meals. Nutrient-paced meals. So if you're wondering why, nutrient-paced meals are a very efficient source of food. It's just carries a bit of a mood problem when served up. So if I can feed my pets nutrient-paced meals, they don't really care about the negative mood, and that works for me. So what I'll do here is I'm going to redesign the zone a little bit and put some hoppers in, some NPM hoppers. And then let me put dead power here, I guess. And I'm going to crank out nutrient-paced meals for my pets to eat, instead of course, feeding them pemmican, because nutrient-paced meals are more efficient than pemmican, significantly. And also, I can make the nutrient-paced meals 100% out of, I can make the nutrient-paced meals 100% out of insect meat. And I don't have to incorporate rice anymore, which makes it a lot easier to keep my guys fed and happy and all that. So, for those reasons, let's go. I will, however, need a significant amount of steel for this project, so I'll work on that as well. Everything about this series is just so much steel demand. A lot of the steel that I need is going to go to rearming of these turrets too, because these turrets are just, you know, they've seen better days. And I think what I might be able to do is move my butcher table over here. Into right next to the nutrient paste, and then I copy this sort of corpse stockpile, this butchery, and put it here instead. So paste the settings, copy the name, because I'm just that lazy I wouldn't even want to type it, and paste. So now this will be my corpse butchery. This corpse butchery probably should not include... Oh, paste the name. This corpse butchery probably should not include the stranger skeletons, and it doesn't. That's good. And another thing is the restricted animal hauling shouldn't allow them there. And the unrestricted shouldn't allow them there either. Basically, oop, that was the wrong thing to do. I just don't want my my pets messing with this the butchery or anything like that. I don't want them eating raw corpses, even though it would be obviously significantly less effort. It's just not ideal. And we still have this old quest hanging over our heads, but I'm not going to accept it until the very last moment. I can wait because of the temperature requirements. I'm not really going to be able to clear out a Reaper base at ambient temperature because I'll freeze to death before I ever clear out that base. All right. So another thing I could do is this is the butcher insect Yes, this is the butcher insect. And I'm going to suspend it and then unsuspend it when I want. No more making that. And this is for Reapers. Okay, perfect. All right, who has hypothermia? You do. Got it. Yeah. Go inside. As you can see, Cauterize is eating that spider's... Yeah, it's gone. All right, JD, would you be so kind? And then these hoppers here are going to be restricted to only fowl meat. We should probably stop making pemmican. And then fowl meat should not be allowed up here anymore. And then this butcher creature zone, this one here, take to drop on floor instead. So there's a way to game the nutrient paste machine to be able to make sort of infinite meals. So here's how to do it. First, you need to create a new food restriction, which is nutrient paste meals, NPM. I'm just going to call it NPM. And then go to make sure it's only NPM. And then what I need to do is I need to find one of my guys who is hungry, like JD. Perfect. He's actually traveling right now to eat a nutrient paste meal. So see as he grabs one, and this is another concern. He should not be allowed to eat nutrient paste right now. So I'm going to change the simple meals to not allow it and then set him on the NPM because I don't want anyone eating nutrient paste fowl meals. It would be terrible on the mood. So if I then forbid this nutrient paste meal and recruit him and then undraft him, he draws another meal from the nutrient paste dispenser, and then I draft him again, he'll drop it. And if I just hold down R, I will very, very, very rapidly create a whole bunch of nutrient paste meals, like in rapid succession, right? I mean, that was really, really fast. And then what's going to happen is at this point, I can put him back on simple meals. And these nutrient paste meals will then be hauled to be fed to my pets. And they're made of completely 100% fowl meat, which nobody would want to eat. And I didn't have to, I don't have to do a whole lot of prep for that. So then the other concept is these 4 broken tiles, which I guess I'll have JD do right now, are going to be where I put shelves for it because they're connected to a freezer, so I can leave this door open and actually keep that area cold so the nutrient paste meals don't decay. So one of the reasons why I was doing pemmican or kibble was that there's no, rotting of it or whatever. But now that I don't have that, it will require a little bit more micromanagement, but I will feed my people very, very, very efficiently. So here is the infinite bug butchering, and actually all insect corpses should be valid, including the blood spiders and all that. And then I'm going to have Raptor go do that. So yeah, that's sort of the way I want to feed my pets now. Is gaming the nutrient paste machine. But as you can see, I can't stand in this room very long. Bash could. So the caveat is I do need to find someone who's hungry in order to make the meals, because they will only draw from the nutrient paste machine if they're currently hungry. So the only times I can make the NPM is, if I have a hungry character. Okay, so that's good enough. That is enough. And now I see Raptor going for a meal. Well, Raptor, guess what? You're going to be my nutrient paste maker now. So now, as he's assigned to nutrient paste, oh, you know what? I think, no, he's allowed to go. Oh, because it's off. Yeah, here we go. Come on. He's being a little, okay. Never mind. I'll have someone else do it. But yeah, that's sort of the concept. And we can crank through meals very, very, very fast this way. So, thanks for that idea, Crash M. That will help a lot. It will add a little bit more micromanagement for my guys to deal with, but in the long run, I think it's going to be worth it. Well, we are heading out of winter. It is the 13th of winter now. But the issue with that, of course, is that we have a volcanic winter, so it's going to be an abnormally cold spring. So just because we're out of winter doesn't mean we're really out of the doldrums of the season. One thing I'm going to have is I'm going to have Gabe purposely rearm the autocannon turret. So I'm trying to, and I'm sure you've noticed, I'm trying to preferentially use the autocannon turrets instead of using the slug turrets, because mining up steel is a lot more easy and a lot more renewable than mining up uranium. Uranium is rarer and takes longer and is more difficult, so I'm being careful about how much uranium I'm drawing from the project. JD, how cold are you? You're getting cold, but you should be able to do this haul. I'll haul the steel this time. So now I just need to look for someone going to the... Yeah, and I just saw that I used raw meat to train. I don't like that, but there's no vanilla RimWorld way to deal with that. Gabe, let's put you back on growing. I'm surprised I hadn't noticed till now. Actually, someone on YouTube comments reminded me, and I forgot, even though you reminded me. Because obviously Rhadamant was doing it for us for a long, long time. And now without Rhadamant, Gabe has to go back to mining. And to cover the question of why didn't I recruit Rhadamant, there would have been no way for me to recruit her without basically making the faction that she belonged to mad, right? You can't imprison an allied faction member and not also go hostile. So I was sort of stuck in a situation where the only way for me to, stay allied with the United Cities and Rhadamant is to let her go. A bummer to be sure, but just the way it is sometimes. And a psychic drone high. Ooh, that is not going to be good for Raptor. He is he's sensitive. I guess he recently killed people, so maybe that will keep him happy, but that's, yeah, far from ideal. So let's see, who's going for a meal? Who's about to eat? Everybody is like pocketing simple meals for their own personal storage, but we don't really see anyone eating any of them. Bashes. Okay, Bash, guess what? You are the lucky winner of the Make Some NPM. Oh, where? Oh, but I gotta forbid this NPM. Because otherwise he'll just eat the stuff that's already generated. And I hope I explained how to make this stuff quickly. Well enough. It's a pretty simple process. You just have to use drafting and forbidding. And they have to be standing right at where it generates. And done. Now we have 51 nutrient paste meals, and I can then set him back on simple meals. And another thing I might be able to do is I can eventually just fill this entire room with nutrient paste meals to have them at the ready to supply the shelves or whatever. So the stay inside should include those shelves so that Phoenix can actually deliver the meals where they belong. Cauterize is like, I'm just going to eat them. And then another thing is my restricted animal and my pet inside needs to be able to gain access to this spot, and unrestricted animal as well. So there we go. That's all of my pets now should be able to feed themselves, eating a very, I wouldn't say infinite, but a very renewable source of nutrient paste. And because of the psychic drone, you'll see a lot of my males in the colony getting high off smoke leaf to manage their mood. Except for Gabe, because he's deaf. He doesn't hear anything. Countess of the United States seeks my help. There's 2 prisoners that she wants me to keep for 22 days. They're sick with blood rot. Sure. If I'm doing that, I don't have a second prison cell. I have the 1. Now, I suppose it would be possible to start to expand southbound. And actually, there was a lot of YouTube comments laughing about how I was likely going to have to do that. Alternatively, what I could do is put a bed in here, in this room, because this room is, I mean, it's not pretty, but it's, oh, not a plasteel bed. A little rich for my blood. It's funny because I actually have more plasteel than I have steel, but yeah, I'll accept them once I have a little bit more steel. I also just did a harvest of cotton. I have 300 cotton, so let's continue the burgundy. I'll do 4 over here and 4 over here. I don't think I'm going to be remedying the asymmetry of this room, unless, of course, this room needs to become more impressive and thereby larger. Otherwise, I'm just going to ignore it as a requirement. But let's plant some more cotton. Actually, we can... Yeah, let's get a whole lot of cotton run out here. So I will leave this rice and everything else cotton. And there's the lights. So we have a fair bit of beer. We have, what, 26, I think, in stockpiles? That's actually not that much. Here, let me do a few hops out of this. Sorry, Gabe. Going back to sowing those crops. Yeah, I would say the amount of beer that we have is good, but then the issue is we have a bad psychic drone happening right now, so we're going to go through an unusually high amount of beer. But luckily, because of all the drugs I have, we're able to counteract a lot of the negative mood just from, you know, drug use, I guess. Okay, so Phoenix, you are... Wait, why are you doing it again? Oh, because this is full. Okay, sweet. Phoenix and Hippie are going to become idle because it's too cold, really, to let them outside. So I'm just going to keep them inside and idle. It's safer. I'd rather have them safe. Okay, here comes the steel bed. And it's normal quality. Oh, well. This has to be prison. This has to be prison. And go to the prison warden, except for honor. Phoenix and Hippie, because you're idle, I'll have you come over here. Capture and capture. So we have Hugh and Kaba, and I'm going to reduce resistances in both of them to make it less likely that they... Oh, capture. Oh, is this... One of these is not in safe temperature? No, they're both in safe temperature. Hippie's just being weird. Who's close by? Gabe, you are. Wow, JD, you're really trekking, man. Hey, while you're out here, grab the Nutrimine. Thank you. All right, so here's you. And their blood rot is 2%, so I'm not going to start them off on a drug regimen. And your blood rot is 2% as well, yeah. So I'm going to have to remember to occasionally give them medical treatment, you know, heal root. But I don't have to do that all that often. All right, so Bash and JD are building this monument, which is another one of the honor projects that I took upon as a task. As it is warming up, it's still not that warm though. I'm still worried about my guys getting destroyed by the cold. I'm gonna start to have Bash butcher those corpses though. So let's get a vitals monitor after hospital bed. And the psychic drone has ended, so that's very good. All right, Hugh. So taking a look at the bio, ascetic, bisexual, nimble. So actually, I really should switch their cells because the ascetic would fare well in this cell. Beautiful, bisexual, and night owl. Incapable of violence. Okay, and then can't firefight because you were a medical assistant. Okay, got it. And 44 and 39. Okay, so they're going to be here a little while. They don't, neither of them, I guess Hugh has pretty decent melee and he's nimble. So if he went on a spree, he might have a little bit of a problem. One of the other questions I have is, can I feed him NPM with him being ascetic? You would be correct if I said I am the mod maker. I should probably know the answer to this about the foul meat mood penalties, but I'm not sure. So I'm gonna experiment with you, and he's gonna be my test subject, for better or for worse. And I'll get some lights on in there for them. How is my reloading? Okay, so we do have one turret that is that really has not been helped. Okay, so Hugh really did not like that food. His asceticism did not help. We'll put him back to simple meals. So if you're ever wondering how bad the foul meat is, the fact that he ate a nutrient paste meal didn't bother him as an ascetic, but the fact that it was made with foul meat, he hated that. He hated that. So yeah, we'll have to be careful with that. Okay, this monument is maybe what, like 3/4 done? Looks pretty good. It was a significant investment of wood, but I bought so much wood from the last bulk goods that I think I'll be all right. Oh, another thing that I just noticed is my absolute lack of rice. Sorry, Cotton. Gonna have to switch back over. So I think what I'm going to need to do is put everyone in temporarily fine meals. And then let's unsuspend the fine meal cooking to make 4 more. And then my prisoners, I'm not going to switch them. They'll go a little hungry. But since I'm never trying to... Oh! So this is always funny to me. Kaba here is a pacifist who just has gone berserk, right? She is not allowed to fight. But the only time a pacifist will ever pacifist across her face is when they go berserk. And I'm having Gabe put it down because someone like Bash or Hippie, or not Bash, Bastion or Phoenix would murder them outright. And, well, we don't need to do that. The stay inside zone, I guess, can include this area. And we'll patch her up. Okay. It's now warmer than negative 100°C. It's still absolutely ridiculously freezing, but it's not as bad as it was. A very low bar to meet, I suppose. And no, that was not a barometric pressure joke. I'm not that clever. All right, so this is the remainder. One section left, and we're done. And now we're just waiting on the fine flooring for the throne room, because nothing really moves forward without the fine flooring. So it's completed. I must not destroy it, which is fine. Wasn't planning on it. Bash looks like he's heading... Okay, both Bash and Jade are heading over to the old mechanoid cluster to break it down. I'm going to have JD purposely haul the... Well, combat supplier. I'm having JD purposely haul the components over because components decay. Speaking of component decay... Yeah, there's not a whole lot of time on these components up here. So I ought to send someone that way soon. As far as combat supplying goes, what do I have for them? Oh, I guess I have more crab. I don't think they're going to buy these biocode. No, they definitely wouldn't buy the biocoded weapons. I guess I'll try to trade with them, but I really don't think I have anything that they'd care about. But they might have something I want to buy. You know, they might have like a Doomsday launcher or something. So, unrestrict. I will sell my normal sniper rifles and just try to make nicer ones. They do have a Doomsday launcher. So the other issue with the Doomsday launcher, it's out of my price point, but that's sort of besides the fact. The other issue with the Doomsday launcher is skeletons don't really bleed. So we can't really, how to put this? We can't really expect a Doomsday launcher to be a super effective weapon against Reapers. Whereas obviously it's a very effective weapon against humanoids because Reapers don't bleed the same way humans do. And as a result, they're tougher to kill. They're actually much tougher to kill. Okay. Hugh's Blood Rot is advancing. For some reason or another, Kaba's is not. I don't know why. And the Outpost quest expires in less than 24 hours. Got it. The combat also didn't want to buy my crabs, so that's sad. Okay, so we are eating mostly fine meals. I'm going to suspend it so that we have enough simple meals for the prisoners. And the prisoners are on simple meals for now. Although, it does not look like they're getting wardened properly. So I'm going to change my priorities a little bit and make sure that Raptor is not starving the prisoners to death, because that's not really good wardening at all. So the forever butcher creature of insects, I'm going to take off mega spiders and butcher all of these smaller creatures first. And then also I should have him stay inside. So Bash and JD, I think, are probably just repairing damaged sections of the kill box. For right now, what I'm going to do is have him butcher a bunch of these insects. Because if I can open up space for nutrient paste meal storage in here, that would be great. So this here should be, I don't know, preferred, and we'll put nutrient paste meals in here if there's space for it. A bulkers trader. Oh, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Have we roofed? Okay, we have roofed this back off. We're going to remove the roof again. A bulkers trader also might be interested in buying my drugs. I have more drugs than I probably need, especially the flake. So one thing I could do is copy the settings for here, no drugs for pets, and put them here. No, whatever. I'll literally call it whatever. Copy the settings, paste the settings. This was important, so this will be critical. And that way we can move the drugs over to this, to where we have access to it for the orbital trade, and then move it back when time demands. So Raptor, let's go ahead and take a look at the menu. I don't have enough gorilla leather to craft anything with it, but I do have enough bone dog leather to craft a shirt, so I'm going to hold on to the bone dog leather. I'm going to sell all the flake. I have no interest in having that much flake, and I'm going to sell 50 of the smoke leaf. Selling tattered clothing is always a good option. The Eltec shirt I'm going to get rid of because Raptor doesn't use enough psycasts to warrant holding on to it. It's one of those, like, it could be really, really good in the future, but it's not useful now, so I'm going to ditch it. And I don't think I need to buy wood, to be honest. Now, I am eyeballing the marble, but I did just buy a huge thing of slate, so I'm going to hold off. As far as Neutramium goes, I have 150, so I'm good on that front, too. Okay. I will go buy 600 cloth to speed up the process of getting fine floors everywhere. Oh, look, some of it's green. Okay, cool. So 600 cloth should definitely put me in the realm of being done with this throne room. But then there's also the matter of Raptor as a count will require fine flooring in his bedroom too, which is why I'm buying the cloth. Oh, okay, this drug zone needs to be broken down or removed or whatever. And then let's haul the drugs back to where they belong so that my pets don't do them. Where do we put the wake up? Oh, was there, Raptor? They'll buy my crabs, right? I just overlooked that. No, they won't buy my crabs? Oh, man. What am I going to do with these crabs? I need someone to buy them. So soon there will be some spots in this stockpile zone for meals so that I can store a whole lot of meals. I guess with these crabs, what I could always do is if no one will buy them, I could shove them into transport pods and launch it. Okay, Bash is just going through the insect meat queue very quickly. And I'm just trying to butcher the creatures that have less meat density, the scarabs and spellopedes and blood spiders and the like, because the others, you know, are the mega spiders have more meat in them than they are worth butchering. But that is all the time I have for this episode. So we defended against some sappers. Obviously, I am not done with my anti-sapper perimeter. And once the perimeter is done, most of the anti-sapper did function well, actually better than I even thought it would, that these sappers went this way. One thing I might want to add here is so that enemies can't come in too fast is to put a door back to where they blew it up. If you have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. Thank you all so very much for watching. I will catch you next episode. Farewell, everybody.